Yes, recording started. Okay, apart from this, what we call a syllabus, I would like to tell you the examination scheme for this subject. In all, there are 125 marks allotted to this subject. Let me show you the bifurcation. There are two internal assessment tests, each of which are of 20 marks. You can see here. Can you see my cursor? Mronalini, can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Test 1 will be conducted for 20 marks. Test 2 will be conducted for 20 marks. The syllabus for the test 1 will be 30 or 40% of the entire syllabus. Same thing over here. The remaining 30 or 40% syllabus will be asked in the term test 2. And at the time of result preparation, average of these two tests will be considered. The passing percentage for this test, internal assessment test, is 40%. So for 8 marks is the passing. So when we take the average, you should get at least 8 marks to pass the internal assessment head. So this is one head of examination. The another head of examination for the subject is end semester exam. End semester will be conducted for 80 marks for the same subject, engineering mathematics 4. Usually we conduct this offline. That means people has to write the paper on write the answers on the paper. But in this pandemic, we have conducted a online test which comprises of MCQ as well as descriptive question. MCQ, one can click the answers and submit the form, but in descriptive part, student has to write the answer. Then by after clicking the photo, he has to upload the answers below the tabs given below the questions. So in this way, we had conducted that exam, end semester exam. Passing again is for 40%. Here it is for 32 marks in this case. So for 32 marks out of 80 is the passing for end semester exam head. And there is the third head of examination, which is called as term work. You can see that term work is of 25 marks. Here also student has to pass individually. That means these marks won't help you over here. Let me tell you what I mean. I mean you have to pass internal assessment separately. You have to pass end semester exam separately. You have to pass term work separately. If any one of these in any one of these heads you get failed, it will be considered as you are failed in that head of examination. Okay, so it will be considered as 1 KT. So someone is failed in internal assessment, then that will be considered as 1 KT. Then someone is failed in that same guy is failed in end semester as well, then it will be considered as second KT, like that. So these two KTs he has, it can be considered like that. And the most important part over here regarding term work is if anyone gets failed in term work, his term is not granted. His term is not at all granted. That means though he sit for the exam end semester examination, he sits for the internal assessment test, and he get passed with good marks in both the heads of examination, then also his result will not get displayed until he clears the term work. So guys, this term work has a much more weightage than end semester as well as internal assessment test. Your entire term cannot be grant if you cannot pass through this term work part. So what is this term work? Let me tell you. It is the simplest among the other two heads. Term work consists of three things. Can you hear me? Once again, mic check.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, clearly, no?
Yes, sir.
Clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Term work consists of three parts. First, tutorial. Second, mini project. And third, attendance. If you have attended 95% or more than that of the entire lectures conducted for the subject, you will be given full 5 marks for the attendance. Between 90 to 95% if you have attended, you will be given 4 marks. Between 85 to 90, 3 marks. 80 to 85, 2 marks, 75 to 80, 1 mark, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are the slots for the attendance. So if you have attended 78%, how much attendance mark you should get for the subject? Gajanan?
1.
1 mark. Very good. So don't assume that I have attended enough lectures, so I should get full 5 marks for the attendance. If you got 78% attendance in the default list, okay, below 75% is not eligible for the for granting the term. Okay, you should have at least 75% attendance for the every subject. Apart from attendance, there are two more heads in the term work. One is class tutorial that I mentioned earlier. In tutorial session, what I'm going to tell, what we are going to do, that I will tell you. In tutorial session, I'm going to give you set of questions that you have to solve in the same session. Okay. Suppose right now, I think on the Tuesday's session, we have tutorial assigned. So in that session, I will give you set of 4 or 5 questions on the syllabus, which is already taught to you by me. Okay. I'm not going to ask you the questions on the syllabus which is not yet taught to you. So I'm going to ask you the questions on the syllabus which is already taught to you. Then those questions you have to solve in the same session and submit it to me online in the form of PDF. And in this way, we are going to complete at least 6 tutorials on the entire syllabus. See, there are 6 modules in the syllabus, so I can conduct at least 6 tutorials. Yes. So for these 6 tutorials, there are 10 marks. All of you understood this part?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Now the third part is mini project. In mini project, what you have to do, I will assign you the topics mentioned over here under the heading self-learning topics. In every module, there are certain self-learning topics. You can see that in this syllabus copy. In module 1, there are self-learning topics. In module 2, there are self-learning topics. Similarly, in every module, there are certain self-learning topics, which I'm not going to teach you. Okay. So on these topics, you have to do self-study, you have to do some R&D, you have to search the internet for the material, and you have to prepare your own presentation, and you have to present it for 10 to 25, 10 to 15 minutes in front of your class. And I will judge you on that on the basis of your presentation for the mini project, and will reward you out of 10 marks. So mini project is for 10 marks. In this way, these 25 marks are there for the head called as term work. I hope the examination scheme is very much clear to all of you. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now,
Excuse me,
yes. Yes, Omkar.
sir. Projects will be in single or group form.
In the group form. A group of 4 to 5 people will be assigned a topic, and
Yeah.
everybody in that group has to present something on that topic. That means
Okay.
if I assign you, let me show you by an example. If I assign you this self-learning topic, Heaviside unit step function, then
Yeah.
suppose if I assign this topic to 4 students, A, B, C, and D, then person A is supposed to define the concept as well as the historic part of it. Person 2 has to give some examples. Person 3 and 4 are supposed to solve problems on it.
Okay.
In this way, you will present the presentation of the self-learning topic under the head mini project presentation.
Okay. Okay.
Anyone else has a doubt? Ashutosh?
No, sir.
Okay, great. Now after this, let me take you to the tour of this MS Team, because most of you are not aware about this app, have not used this app before. So I'll give you a 2 or 3 minute short tour of this app. Okay. When you open this MS Team app, there are certain buttons over here on the left panel, among which this first one is activity. It shows what you did or what is happening in the teams of which you are a part. Then there is a chat section. This chat section is very much familiar to you, as everybody knows how to use WhatsApp. Okay, so there you can find a guy over here in the search. For example, say Gupta Ashutosh. So I can see a Gupta Ashutosh here. I click on it and I can send a hi to him in this way. So you can see that hi pop up on Gupta Ashutosh chat. Okay, then there is a Teams button. When you click on it, you can see the list of teams of which you are a part. When you click in any one team, okay, say I'm going to click on this Engineering Mathematics 3 team. This is not your team. This is the team of regular students who came from first year to second year. Okay, so this is the team where I have conducted the entire sessions of Engineering Mathematics 3. In the similar way, I'm going to conduct in your team as well. You can see that below this name of team Engineering Mathematics 3, there are several names. Okay, these are the names of the channels in that team. General is the by default channel. Below that, I have created these channels. These are nothing but names of the modules in your syllabus. Okay, I have created these channels because we can handle all the queries of the same module in the same channel. For example, if I am teaching you Laplace transform, then I will upload all the study material in the file section of Laplace transform. All the study material related to Laplace transform you will get in the file section of Laplace transform. Okay, in inverse Laplace transform you will find notes regarding inverse Laplace transform. Similarly, if somebody has a query regarding inverse Laplace transform module, then he or she will post their query in the conversation chat, in the conversation box of the inverse Laplace transform channel. They are not supposed to post their queries in general channel or complex variable channel. If they have a query on Laplace transform, they will put their queries in the channel of Laplace transform only. Their answers will be given in the same channel. Why? Because it will give us the track of all the queries related to the same module. You understood this?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, there is a tutorial channel. We will conduct tutorial only in tutorial channel. I will post the links of the forms related to tutorial channel, tutorials in the tutorial channel itself, nowhere else. If you have any query or you want to see what is happening in tutorial 5, you go to channel tutorials and you can see what is tutorial 5. Here is tutorial 5, you can get it. So for the sake of simplicity, I have created all these channels. Similarly, in yours team as well, you can see that this is your team: Engineering Mathematics 3, DSE, EXTC and ETRX. So there is only one channel right now, general. I'm going to create one more channel called as Laplace transform, because I'm going to start with this module. So now this Laplace transform 1 channel is been added in your team, in your side team as well. Okay, well, this was about team. When we start a conversation, or how you will know that you have a meeting right now, you go to your calendar, you will see that in your calendar, if there is a meeting, if there is a lecture, it will be displayed in your screen. Today is 25, it's Monday, and at 4:15 p.m. I have a meeting. I just have to click join and I'll get joined to this meeting. When I get joined to this meeting, this window pop-ups. Okay, over here you can see that the list of participants. Okay, and the very important thing, how to mute yourself. There is a button, mic button. When you click on it, you will automatically get mute. All the abusive language that you want to speak, you can speak after clicking this mic. Got it, Nikhil? Is not part of the group right now, I guess. All of you can hear me, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Uh, then there is this button with the help of which you can leave the meeting. Okay. Your attendance is automatically get calculated when I click over here, download attendance list. So you don't have to bother. Sir hasn't called my roll number or name. So how my attendance will get calculated? Okay. So you don't have to bother about it. I will click over here and your attendance will automatically get calculated. Understood? I hope it will appear somewhere here by this time in downloads section. You can see that this meeting list, it is downloaded at 4:36 p.m. When I double click it, it will get open. You can see that right now how many people are there, including me. There are only 10 people. Okay. So this is how your attendance is calculated. How many times you get in or get out, it is also counted over here. Okay. Well, that was about MS Team. Anyone has any doubt how to use MS Team or where I am supposed to see what and anything? Shashwat?
No, no, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, great. Now after this, I would like to take you to the college website. See, this is our college website, kjsieit.somaya.edu/en. You can also type in www.somaya.edu/kjsieit. What is this KJSIEIT? It is KJ Somaya Institute of Engineering and IT. When you click enter, address gets changed automatically and this website appears. And on this website, over here in program section, you can go to your corresponding branch. So this is your home branch page where you can see all the activities happening in your branch. Okay. Regarding examination and everything else, you too once again can go to program. No, not in program. I guess there is a student section. Yeah, there is the student section. You can also view the student section for the other activities happening in the college. In about section, you can see this library tab. You can access the library books, e-books from this SVB digital repository, as well as you can search the online free books from here. It is not the only library, our college library, that you can access from here, but the entire Somaya campus libraries you can access with the help of your Somaya ID that we are going to give you. Any book which is not available in our library, but it is available in Somaya Vidyavihar campus library, you can access that too by showing your iCard and you can avail the facility of that book. Okay, so although these two campuses are different, but the facilities are synchronized in such a way that you can show the same ID and use all the facilities. In fact, sports, the placement facilities, and canteen facilities, all the other facilities you can use with the help of iCard that we are going to give you. Well, that was about our college website. Okay. Now after this, I'm going to show you my very own channel. Yeah. This is my YouTube channel, Engineering Maths by Professor Nitin, where I used to upload the recordings of the sessions that I used to give to the students. So those who miss the lectures, they can come back over here. They can see the lectures over here. Right now, I have sorted all the lectures of SEM 1 and SEM 2. Those who have a weak knowledge of mathematics, they can learn, they can just go through all these videos, and within a day they will be they will have enough knowledge to start with M3 EM3. Okay, so right now today's sessions, morning session, I have uploaded here. I had some technical glitch while conducting that session, but after that I have recorded this session and uploaded on my website, on my channel. Okay, so you better be a part of this channel so that you will be up to date. Okay. Now after this, I'm going to start with the session of today's first module, Laplace transform. Do we have time? It's 4:41, no? So we have enough time. Our lecture ends at 5 o'clock. Shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Still have good anthem. Hold on a second. Let me drink some water. Okay. As you can see, there are two parts of the Laplace transformation. In the first module, we are going to see the only Laplace transformation. In the second part, we are going to see what is inverse Laplace transform. So you must have, as somebody says that you had Laplace transform, you are aware about it. But then let me ask you, where you used this Laplace transformation, or do you have any idea where this concept of Laplace transformation is being used? Somebody? No one? Okay. First of all, let me tell you something about Laplace transform, and then I'll tell you where we are actually implementing the use of Laplace transform. Laplace transform is nothing but the integral transform that converts a function of real variable into a function of complex variable. It is also used as a tool to convert a function in time domain to frequency domain. See, this phrase has a high weightage of meaning. It converts a function in time domain to frequency domain. Later on, when I will explain you the example, I will come back to this point. Laplace transform is also useful for solving linear ordinary differential equations. Differential equations, you know, in that the first degree equations, which are called as linear equations, first degree for linear equations, those equations can be solved using Laplace transform. What does Laplace transform do? It transforms those linear differential equations into a polynomial, and then we can solve it easily. Okay. Polynomial equation, and we can solve it easily. Now let me tell you how to or where we use this Laplace transform. A simple Laplace transform is conducted while sending the signals over two-way communication medium. Anybody knows what is a two-way communication medium? In your day-to-day life, you are using the
Duplex
mobile phones.
communication.
In your day-to-day life, you are
Duplex.
using the mobile phones, isn't it? Those mobile phones are a two-way communication medium, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So
sure.
when information is sent over a medium such as cellular phones, they are first converted into time varying wave, and then it is superimposed on the medium. Now at the receiving end, to decipher the information which is being sent, the medium wave time function, see this time function, where is my cursor? Time function is then converted to frequency function with the help of Laplace transform. This time function is converted to frequency function with the help of Laplace transform. I'll show you by the definition. Look at this. F of t is a function of t, where t denotes the time. When you perform the Laplace transform on f of t, it gets converted to a function of s. S we usually use for frequency. So a function of t gets converted into a function of s with the help of Laplace transform. When you operate Laplace on f of t, it gets converted into f of s. And how it is defined? It has an integral definition. Laplace of f of t, that is f of s, is given by integration 0 to infinity of e raised to minus st f of t dt, where this f of t is what? Given function of t. So if somebody asks you to evaluate Laplace transform of f of t with the help of this definition, what you will do? You will simply put that f of t over here and evaluate this integral. The answer that you are going to get will have terms only in s. There will be no t term because we are integrating with respect to t. That is why it is written as f of s. The entire function f of t is then converted into function of s. Did you understand this definition?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Clear.
sir.
Okay. Now I will show you how it works with the help of simple example. Here the question is to prove that Laplace of 1 is equal to 1 by s. Guys, nobody is going to ask you to evaluate what is L of 1 in the examination because this is the simplest among all. So here our f of t is what? 1. F of t is 1. In fact, you can consider it as t raised to 0. Anything raised to 0 is 1. So here we are finding what is Laplace of 1. 1 is our f of t. So by integral definition, L of 1 is given by integral 0 to infinity e raised to minus st into 1 dt. Let's evaluate this integral. 1 into e raised to minus st is e raised to minus st. What is integral of e raised to minus st with respect to t? Somebody? Okay, let me tell you. It is e raised to minus st upon minus s. All of you can hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It is e raised to minus st upon minus s. So after performing this integral, what is the answer? E raised to minus st upon minus s. That minus s I have taken out over the limits 0 to infinity. Now let's substitute this infinity in t or s? In t, because we have integrated with respect to t. So when I substitute infinity in t, it will be e raised to minus infinity. E raised to minus infinity is how much? 0. Then substitute the lower limit in t. When you substitute lower limit in t, it will be e raised to 0. E raised to 0 is 1.
1.
Yeah. So we have minus 1 by s outside, and inside the bracket we have 0 minus 1. This minus minus becomes plus. We have 1 by s as the final answer. So Laplace transform of 1 is 1 by s. On the similar lines, one can find out Laplace transform of all the constants. Say, what is Laplace transform of 5? Can anyone tell me? What is Laplace transform of 5? Put 5 here and here. Take out the 5 from the integration as it is constant. What is the final answer then?
5 by s.
5 by s.
5 by s. Correct. So similarly, Laplace transform of 100 is 100 by s. Right? Okay.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now what is Laplace transform of constant term. It is constant term upon s. I will go ahead with next example. Here we will find out what is Laplace of e raised to at, exponential term, where a is any constant term. Okay, so by integral definition, Laplace of e raised to at is integral 0 to infinity e raised to minus st into e raised to at into dt. When you multiply these two terms, what is the answer?
E raised to a minus a st.
I'll tell you. See, bases are same. E are the bases. Bases are same. Their powers are different. So what we will do, we will, in the multiplication process, we will add their powers. So if you is something like it is 3 raised to 5 into 3 raised to 8. So it will be 3 raised to 5 plus 8. 5 plus 8. So similarly, here we will write e raised to minus st plus at. Minus st plus at. You got it?
18.
Yeah. So I'll write it something like that. E raised to minus st plus at. That minus sign I took out. So in the bracket we will have s minus a, and t is also common, so you can write outside it. Hope you understood this part.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Now
sir.
once again we will evaluate this integration. See, this integration is very much similar to the integration that we solved in example 1. Now can anyone tell me what is the integration of e raised to minus s minus a t dt? No?
No idea, sir.
Okay, let me tell you. Whenever you are evaluating integration of e raised to bx dx, what it is, you can write on your notebook if you want. E raised to bx dx. Its answer is e raised to bx upon b. E raised to bx upon b, where b is constant term. So here that b is minus s minus a. So when you evaluate the integration of this, it will be e raised to minus s minus at as it is, whole divided by minus s minus a, like this. This numerator part as it is, divide by the coefficient of t. What is the coefficient of t? Minus s minus a. Minus s minus a. There is no t term in it, so I took out of this bracket, took it out of this bracket, and wrote limits over here. You understood this integration part? Let me show you somewhere else. Okay, hold on. You can still see my screen, right? All of you can see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here I'm going to show you what is integration of e raised to ax dx. It is equal to e raised to ax divided by a. Can you see that? Integration of e raised to ax dx is e raised to ax upon a. You got the formula?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now apply it over here. Look at this. This is the integration of e raised to something into t dt. So e raised to something into t divided by that something. Got it? At least say yes or no.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now let us
Sir.
substitute these
Yes,
limits. Let us substitute these limits. We substitute upper limit first and then the lower limit. When we substitute upper limit in t, we will substitute it in t. Why? Because we have integrated with respect to t. So when we substitute it in t, what is the answer? E raised to minus infinity. Everything becomes infinity over here and this minus sign. E
Infinity.
raised to minus infinity. And how much is e raised to minus infinity? It is 0. How much is e raised to minus infinity? It is 0.
0.
Yes. Then we will substitute this lower limit 0 in t. We will substitute lower limit 0 in t. E raised to 0 will be, something raised to 0 is always,
Infinity.
no, 1. Something
0.
raised to 0 is always 1. So
1.
we will have
Sorry.
1. So it is 0 minus 1. And outside we will have minus 1 upon s minus a as it is. When you take multiply this minus sign over here, you will have plus 1 upon s minus a. So this is the answer of Laplace of e raised to at. How much it is? 1 upon s minus a. You understood this part?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now we will consider this as a formula for finding any further Laplaces of this kind. What I mean to this, I'll tell you. I'm going to replace a by something else. Say a is equal to 3. Then Laplace of e raised to 3t will be, can you tell me?
3, 1 upon s minus 3.
S minus 3.
Very good.
3a.
3, not, it's not 3a. A is our 3. So Laplace of e raised to 3t is, Laplace of e raised to
1
3t
upon
is 1 upon s minus 3.
3. Okay.
Got it? Similarly,
Got it,
if
got
I
it.
write e raised to 5t, what is Laplace of e raised to 5t? 1 upon
1
1
upon
upon
5
s
1 upon
S
s minus
s minus
5.
1
5.
upon s minus
1
5.
upon s minus 5, right? You
5.
see, you are getting this Laplace transformation, which you already studied. Okay, forget. So, with the help of this formula, we can generate one more formula, which is Laplace of e raised to minus at. What is Laplace of e raised to minus at? Can you tell me?
1 upon s plus a.
Very good.
S
Who is
plus
that?
a. 1.
Yeah, all of you know this.
Dipesh.
Laplace of e raised to minus at is 1 upon s
1
plus
up
a.
1 s minus a.
S plus a.
Plus a. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Yash, are you there? Yash Saxena?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Yash. You tell me what is Laplace of e raised to minus 2t?
1 upon s plus 2.
Very good, Yash. Okay. Who else is there? With me, we have from girls, Mrunalini. Mrunalini, can you tell
Yes,
me
sir.
what is Laplace of e raised to 7t?
1 upon S plus 7.
Very good, Mrunalini.
Sorry, S. Sir, minus
Minus.
S plus
70, no?
7 कहा था मैंने कि minus 7 कहा था. E
Minus,
raised to 7t.
Minus
So
7.
it is 1 upon S minus 7 आएगा, not plus 7.
Minus
7.
7. Sir,
Very
if it is minus 70, then it will come plus 7.
Yes, you are correct, absolutely correct. Okay, now you understood how to evaluate Laplace of constant term, Laplace of exponential term. In my next session, we will see how to evaluate Laplace of trigonometric functions as well as logarithmic functions as well as differentials and integrals. Okay, so it's time up, guys. I will stop here.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, who is this?
Sir Omkar.
Yes, Omkar, go ahead.
Sir, can you explain for one time constant Laplace transform?
Laplace transform of constant function.
Yeah.
Here it
Only
is.
one time, sir.
Yeah. Can you see this? See my screen?
Yeah.
Here, I have given the proof of Laplace transform of 1, which is equal to 1
Yeah.
by s.
Yes.
Now look at that. by integral definition, Laplace of 1 can be written as integral 0 to infinity e raised to minus st into 1 dt. Isn't
Yeah.
it? So when we integrate this e raised to minus st, its integration is e raised to minus st upon minus s. That you must agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. The limits are 0 to infinity. Let's substitute the upper limit infinity in t. It will be e raised to minus infinity. What is the answer? 0. E raised to
0.
minus infinity is 0. When I substitute 0 in t, it will be e raised to 0. E raised to 0 is
0.
1. Something raised to 0 is always 1. So
1.
we have 0 minus 1 inside the bracket. Outside we have 1 minus 1 by s. When you open the
Yes.
bracket, minus minus gets cancelled. We have 1 by s.
Cancelled. 1 by s.
You understood it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else
Yeah.
has any query in today's session?
No.
No?
No, sir.
Okay, then we will meet in next session. Over we will study further Laplace transforms of trigonometric functions and integrals as well as derivatives. Okay, guys.
Okay.
Sure, sir.
Thank you all of you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir.
Okay, don't forget. Do
Thank
not
you, sir.
forget to. Hello. Do not forget to subscribe my channel. This video is going to get uploaded over there.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. I'll show you.
Thank
I'll
you,
give you the
sir.
link. Bye.
Bye bye.
Suresh.
Shalandar.